Look into my eyes. When you see me on a show, when you see these fans, you know you've got the best in the damn world.
This is the Wrestling Matters podcast where we stand up for professional wrestling.
Here we fucking go!
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up!
Yes! 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 Yes!
That's 13-14!
Make it till death!
Dina, I am the best in the world.
Cause that's the bottom line! Cause Stone Cold Simpson!
What is going on, beautiful people? It is me, the HEAD, at your service for another podcast. And you know what, guys? It's a new year. I thought I'd give you a WCPW podcast exclusive to the YouTube channel that is AJW Wrestling Matters, and you can download for free on SoundCloud as well. So, yeah, it's a new year, guys. WCPW. And I've made some changes in these podcasts. I started doing podcasts on a weekly basis with these guys, or whenever they were on, basically, or whenever I could see them. It's a bit of hard work, and especially when you've got other stuff to do. So what I'm thinking of doing, guys, I'm going to give you this podcast today, which is Kirby Mania, my review on this, and then I'm going to give you, if I can't do them like during the week, what I'm doing right now, basically. I'm recording this on Thursday, going into Friday morning. If I can't do it here, I'm going to add it to my podcast, the main podcast. So you're going to get a dose of WCPW come what may, so to speak. That's the plan from this point on. Because like I say, it is very difficult to bring you a podcast on WCPW and give WCPW its own podcast every week, considering the stuff that I've got to do, and considering we're now in the new year, and I've got a lot of stuff on my mind at the moment. So yeah. That's what I plan on doing from this point on. Like I said, if you have any suggestions, any things, hook me up on Twitter at WM Podcast or at Tony_Walker, whichever one suits you, and I'll take it from there. So, Kirby Mania, Martin Kirby's very first show as WCPW GM. It was a good show. A lot of good stuff about it. I hate Dave Bradshaw, but I'll get to that later on. Oh man, I do not like Dave Bradshaw as a commentator. No wonder Raven put him in his place, but I'll get to that later. Bully Ray kicked off the show, and Kirby interrupts Kirby, who started the show, welcoming people to the show as the GM, and he demands a title shot, which next, on the 13th of January, it'll be Drew Galloway defending the WCPW Championship. Not a world title, championship, not a world title yet. I'm pretty sure it will be soon, against Bully Ray. So it's going to be Drew Galloway one-on-one with Bully Ray next week, as I'm doing this now, on the 13th of January at WCPW Lights Out, which is exclusive to What Culture Extra. Hopefully it'll be on the YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll get to see it, but we'll see. But he demanded a match, and then Drew Galloway comes out, puts him in his place in a way, but then Bully got personal with him. And Slater and Moss saved Drew Galloway from the Swords of Essex and a Bully Ray beatdown, which led to a 6-man tag later on in the evening involving the Swords of Essex. And no, it's the Swords of Essex without Will Ospreay. And Bully Ray facing the tag champs, Slater and Moss, and WCPW champion Drew Galloway as well. Anyway, that kerfuffle led to Joe Hendry versus Drake. It was a good match, but it kind of ended early because Joseph Connors showed up and attacked Hendry and challenged him to a no-holds-barred match later on in the evening, which Hendry would accept. One more match to settle the feud, because as you all know, Joseph Connors is a part of that WWE UK Championship tournament, which takes place, and apparently signed a contract with WWE as well. So this was the last time you will see Joseph Connors in WCPW. At least for the time being, at least. Gabriel Kidd went one-on-one with Ring of Honor World Television Champion Marty Scurll. Now, this was great, because Marty Scurll, being the villain, made asses out of the crowd. It was just funny as hell. Good little match. Marty did well. Kidd did extremely well too, but Marty, Mr. Experience, made him tap with the chicken wing as well, and like I said, Marty showed some good stuff, and Marty proved the reason why he's the reigning Ring of Honor World Television Champion at this point in time as well. So yeah, I mean, good stuff. Will we see more of Marty Scurll in WCPW? I hope so. I'll be talking about Progress Wrestling as well. Progress Wrestling Chapter 41 Unboxing Live. A good show, but a very weird show. That's coming soon. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, is it Lana Austin? I hope I said that right. Versus ivelisse. Now, many of people probably wondering, who's ivelisse? I believe she's a Tough Enough reject. Or she's appeared on Tough Enough. I believe it was the season where Stone Cold was in charge. Stone Cold was the host. I believe that. I might be wrong. But I believe it was the season where Stone Cold was on as well. But she had a good match with Lana Austin, and 2 good matches, and Beef Priestley tried to cause a distraction, but ivelisse manages to get the victory. Where does that leave the women's division? I don't know, but a good little match. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Just 2 girls trying to make a name for themselves in the women's division in WCPW. And, like I said, Priestley tries to cause a distraction, along with what's left of the Pacitti Club. And, ivelisse gets a victory. Experience matters. Now that Pete Dunne is no longer in WCPW, because, again, he's joining the WWE cast, the United Kingdom cast and all that. He had a great match between Joe Coffey. A very weird situation. Travis he took it to Joe Coffey, no question about that, and Joe manages to win with the Black Coffee. But it was a very strange situation. A very weird situation. Doug Williams came to ringside, and recently in WCPW, he's had beef, if you will, with the people who come in from overseas, like Travis Banks coming in from New Zealand, maybe, I don't know, say Joe Coffey coming in from Scotland, who else? Say Drew Galloway coming in from America and all that. He's had beef with people like that. But when Joe Coffey got the victory, he seemed not to have liked it very much and walked to the back. He seemed a little bit upset about it. Is it, could we see a possible tag team form between Travis Banks and Doug Williams, despite what Dave Dickhead Bradshaw says? That's a different matter. I do not like Dave Bradshaw, for those of you that don't know. Oh man, I know it's clear as day. It's Adam Pacitti in his ear now, doing his old best Vince McMahon impersonation. But it's Adam Pacitti in his ear. But I even with Pacitti in his ear, even with someone in his ear or whatever, I just do not like Dave Bradshaw as a commentator. I don't like Dave Bradshaw at all, to be honest, as a commentator. Period. Come back, GR. Even though GR's now with World of Sport, which Alex Shane is as well. Anyway, Prospect had a bit of an issue with Kennedy, because apparently they were going to Orlando, but Kennedy said he'd make it up to them. So Kennedy demanding a match for Prospect and everything, and Kirby agreed to it. It was Kirby and a mystery partner against Prospect, which the mystery partner turned out to be Alligero. Former GM Pacitti got on because he came out and Kirby made him hand out glow sticks to the crowd. Kirby's team did look to dominate. I mean, these two, Kirby and Ligero, do not like each other. It's well known if you watch previous WCPW events. But Kirby ended up chasing Kennedy to the back and left Ligero on his own, which allowed Prospect to get the victory. So where does that leave? I don't know. WCPW Internet title. Zack Sabre Jr. challenges the American Nightmare, as he's now known as, Cody Rhodes. Cody came out with the Bullet Club thing at the beginning. Apparently he wrestled a couple of days ago as well at the Wrestle Kingdom, and then got on the plane and came straight over to Liverpool, which was, wow, a feat in itself, let me tell you. But, yeah, Cody Rhodes in a great match. Zack worked on Cody's arm for most of the match and basically just stretched the hell out of him. It was just a phenomenal match. Great wrestling match. Great moves. Hold for hold, move for move. And Cody countered a move that he was in by Zack and changes it into the Crossroads and gets the victory. Basically, it was the match that stole the show. Let's just put it that way. Let's just tell it as it is. It was a match that stole the show. The six-man tag saw Bully Ray and the Swords of Essex, not the Swords of Essex with Will Ospreay, even though he's a member, versus Slater, Moss and Galloway. Drew manhandled Robinson in this match, which basically was the story of the match for Paul Robinson, because he got bounced around like Rey Mysterio did at Newcastle show that I went to see when he was in a match with Great Khali and Batista. That's for another day. Champion was in trouble. Bully's team dominated the champion. Bully Ray's team in control, and they actually worked very well together. But Bully ended up using the chain on Moss, and Paul Robinson gets the victory for the team. And that all leads to Lights Out on the What Culture Extra website show, which is the on-demand service, like an ICW, like a Progress. But I see most of the stuff, like most of the loaded shows and all that. I can get them downloaded and shit like that, and I don't feel the need to go on What Culture Extra at the moment. Although I am thinking about it, no doubt about that. Connors and Hendry in a no-holds-barred match. Fight starts on the ramp, just a wrestling match, which was very weird since it was a no-holds-barred match. It might as well have been a wrestling match from the start, to be honest with you. What is the point? I mean, I understand this is to end the feud and everything, but what is the point of having a no-holds-barred hardcore match if it's just going to be a wrestling match? You'd be best off just making a no disqualification, no count-out singles match, quite frankly. But it was a great match nonetheless. Connors ended up finally getting the chair and uses it, but Hendry countered and wins with the ankle lock, something he probably learned from his match with Kurt Angle. All in all, guys, it was a great show all around. Despite listening to Dave Bradshaw, I mean, people have always said to me the problem with WCPW is they use the staff like Pacitti and Blumpier and all that to get over instead of the wrestlers. To a point, that's true, but that's what makes it fun for me in a way. Seeing all these established guys that you probably wouldn't see in the wrestling ring, and the last time you saw him, Blumpier in a wrestling ring, he got destroyed by Rampage Brown. But my issue with WCPW is Dave Bradshaw. I think he's horrible. I do not like him. I do not like listening to him. He has a big, huge problem with Martin Kirby. What that is, I don't know. You can't get on the Kirby train, as you probably would call. I like Martin Kirby. I don't have a problem with him whatsoever. I just have a problem with Dave Bradshaw. I do not like him one bit. And if he's listening to this, if he somehow listens to this, I couldn't care less, mate. You can block me. You can, quite frankly, you can kiss my ass. All I'm saying is this. No wonder Raven put you in your place, pal. I do not like Dave Bradshaw. End of. But all in all, I do like WCPW. I enjoyed the show tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed this show. If you watched it as well on YouTube, on the What Culture Wrestling YouTube channel, my name is Anthony Walker for the Wrestling Matters podcast. Tune in to episode 145 of the Wrestling Matters podcast upcoming, because I'm going to little preview right now. There is a rumor flying around that it's going to be Roman Reigns and The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You want to hear more about it? Tune in to episode 145 of the Wrestling Matters podcast. And until next time, guys, my name is Anthony Walker. Wrestling Matters, right here on the Wrestling channel. Subscribe if you're new. Download it for free on SoundCloud.com/wrestling_matters_podcast. And until then, peace out.
Well, enough is enough, and it's time for a change.
Professional wrestling! This is it! This is us standing up! Yes! 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 That's 13-14! Dina, I am the best in the world.
'Cause that's the bottom line! 'Cause Stone Cold Simpson!